Hi, okay, welcome back everybody. It is Mike Newton in the back garden with my new setup as we are self-isolating. I've got a driver head-to-head video for you today, so I'm going to put my gamer, my current one, which is the Ping G400 LST Driver, which has been in the bag for quite a while now, really enjoy it, and I'm going to put it up against the new Exotics EXS 220 Driver, which I've recently reviewed on my channel. Put a little link, you can go and check that out for an in-depth review of that. A driver I quite liked, actually enjoyed sort of hitting, and numbers were pretty decent, so I'm going to put this, which is a little bit more newer. It's got a diamond face sort of technology, there's a lot sort of going on with that, up against my trusty G400 LST, and we'll see which one maybe gives us a little bit more numbers. Is there a difference of the ball speed off the club face, any difference of distance, and maybe obviously my personal feedback on the one that I possibly would prefer. Okay, so we're going to start off with my Ping G400, hit a batch of shots, then we'll jump over into the Exotics. So you may have seen my video of rigging this all up, and the net does take a driver, so trust me, health and safety things have all been ticked off the list, so we're all good to go. So G400, as I say, this has been in the bag for a couple of years now. I really enjoy this particular driver. I like the way it sort of looks, I like the sort of performance, the feel of it. Okay, that was a bad strike. It sounds like a shotgun going off when I hit it on into this net, but that was quite a nice sort of straight opening shot there. That was a good hit as well, getting out to that 313 mark. Good opener there with the G400. Again, really good, solid strike. Just left it out to the right a little bit on that particular shot. The strike was good. Again, getting up to that 300 mark. Okay, so as many of you know, this I've got this fitted with a speeder, so the shafts aren't exactly the same as what I've got in the Exotic, so we just have to bear that in mind. But this is fitted with a speeder 757 Evolution. It is cut a little bit shorter than standard length. This is coming in at, I think off the top of my head, is coming in at 44 3/4. So standard length is obviously 45.5, so it is a little bit shorter in length, which I just like for that little bit of control. The Exotics is cut at exactly the same length as this at 44 3/4. Again, good solid strike, a bit straight on that one, really nice and accurate. Getting good carry there, getting that 290 carry and getting that ball finishing up at 310. Lovely. So far so good with the net standing up to these drivers. Get another good solid hit. Really do enjoy the G400. It's very sort of solid. Gives me always generally some decent sort of numbers. Obviously my strike will move that around a little bit more, get those a little bit low in the face strikes. The spin obviously goes up, as we know. Again, 313, some really good hits. Okay, so we'll hit one more G400, then we'll switch into the Exotics. Again, felt really good, nice and solid, pretty consistent, just a tiny bit further right with that particular one. But it's good. I know what it looks like, I know what it feels like. Numbers are always pretty generally good with that, which is why it stayed in the bag for me. So let's jump into the Exotics. We'll hit some shots with that and then we'll compare a few numbers. Okay, right, so Tour Edge Exotics. This is the new EXS 220. As I mentioned, I have done a video, a full review of this with all the sort of technology it's in it. But we've got diamond face, we've got triple carbon sections, we've got maximum MOI, weighted screw at the back. So there's a lot sort of going on with this, but I think it's a great looking club. Obviously it's massive in the US, it's not something that we see readily available over in Europe, and this is the first, or when I did a review video, it was the first time I actually got my hands on hitting a Tour Edge product, but I was quite impressed. It sits very sort of nice down by the golf ball. We've got that gloss black finish, we've got the carbon effect there, black face. It does look very good behind the golf ball. Okay, let's get this first one underway. That's good, that felt really sort of solid as well. Again, fractionally up the right. So this is a 9.5 head, but I have lofted this down to 8.5, so it's matching up the same loft as I've got with my G400 G400, and to be honest, if you did watch my review video of this, in the standard 9.5 headed, for me it just sat a little bit toed in, so it sits better to my eye in the 8.5. It just slightly opens the club face up a little bit, and for me it just gets it a little bit more back to a square appearance at address. That was a really good solid strike as well. That was again very consistent on the flights, both drivers, to be honest, the G400 and the Exotics, that getting out to 312, so holding its own at the moment. Again, that was solid. Might just work up the left, it felt a tiny bit towing. No, it's actually flown pretty neutral there, so fraction toe, not by much, to be honest. Club head speed 113, 1800 spin, carrying out at 286, so some decent numbers there. So just to maybe on that point there, a lot of questions have been asked. Obviously I've transitioned over to TrackMan at the new facility at Penrith Golf Hub. I have still got my quad obviously, which is here, but some of you may have just noticed some slight differences of numbers there. So the reason for that is TrackMan, as it stands behind the ball and tracks it, it measures a different part of the club head as it comes in, so sometimes angle attack and speed can be just slightly different to what measurements quad get, as obviously quad sits more in front and is in a camera based system. Both systems are very accurate of measuring the speed and everything, obviously with what's happening through the ball. It just measures it in different ways, so sometimes you just see some slightly different numbers from quad against maybe a radar device. Wasn't a bad strike. Maybe just a fraction toe again. Might just drop off a little bit. Interesting just to see. No, again 314. Some big hits here. Okay, so just going to hit one more shot with the Exotics, and then we'll go and look at a few numbers. Okay, that wasn't quite as good a strike. It's probably the worst strike of the lot there. A little bit low in that club face. Yeah, you see that just drop off a fraction there. So you just sort of have that little bit of left to right shape on it. The spin's probably going to go, yeah, 2,600 there, so the ball speed's dropped to 159. That's just your missed strikes, isn't it? Okay, let's go and check some numbers out between those two clubs, and we'll see which one is performing the best, and I'll give you a little verdict, and I might have a little helper to also give us a verdict to the look of the driver as well. Okay, so we'll take a little look at the dispersion first on the right hand side there. So you can see the red is the G400 and the blue is the Exotics there. So very similar, aren't they, to be honest? There's not a lot really sort of splitting those. Probably just say the Exotics maybe a fraction tighter. If you can see that one that just dropped off there, that last one I didn't quite get the strike on. So we'll take a little look at the data first. Just first of all, look at club head speed. So you can see 111.9 with the G400 against a 112.6 with the Exotic, so hardly anything at half a mile an hour on average over the 5 shots there, so there's nothing in that at all. Looking into the sort of ball speed, 163 against just under 161, so getting a little bit more, less club head speed with G400 but slightly more ball speed. Again, we know strike's going to play a big part of that, isn't it? I'm comfortable with G400, it's my driver, so possibly got a little bit more confident with that, I don't know, but a little bit more efficient then. You can probably just see then on the numbers, the efficiency at 1.46 against 1.43, so a bit more efficient with the G400. Launching very similar around that 12 mark, which is good for me. Spin, really good area with both of them, 2.3 with the G400 against 2.1, so both very good sort of on those numbers there. And we can see then a carry distance of 2.87 against 2.83, 3.10 against 3.07. So G400 with a slightly slower club head speed on average. Again, it's not by much, but just getting a better ball speed and good sort of launch with a bit right sort of spin area. You can see that just maxes my numbers a little bit more better. Right everybody, so there we go, there's the numbers there. So you can see G400 just edging it. I've got my son here, Ted, my right hand man, and he's going to give us some feedback of the looks of the club. Okay, so we've got G400, the Ping, against the Exotics. Which one do you think looks better?
The Exotics.
Which one?
The Exotics.
Exotics, okay, why is that?
I like the colour blue.
You like the colour blue and red, okay, that's fair enough. So that's the cosmetic side of things. Let's put them down in the playing position. Which one do you think looks better from that position, Ted?
This one.
The Ping?
Yeah.
Why?
I like the thingies on top.
You like the thingies on top. They're called turbulators. That makes it go faster.
Ah.
It's cool, that, isn't it? Yeah. Go faster stripes? Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So Ted likes the exotics with the colours, but he likes the top section of the Ping there. So, you know, two obviously very, very good drivers there, aren't they? But my personal preference, again, which is why it's still in the bag, is the G400. So appreciate you watching the video as always. What should everybody do, Ted?
Subscribe and hit the like button.
Subscribe and hit the like button and share the video around if you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.